With that, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Elite Series League of Legends Division 2. On my side, there's still QG, and what a game we just witnessed. Oh my god. Honestly, I didn't believe in it anymore that Rift's Lost would still take it, but man, that pentacle from Kinetic.
Yeah, a full build Severe is not to have fun with. I actually thought that the game is just going the other round for Reapers here, but the last team fight was a big one. We see the first pentakill in the ES LOL Division 2 from our only Luxembourgish player, who was on the main roster actually, getting the pentakill with the Severe.
Yeah. And if you would have told me like 2 weeks ago that the Luxembourgish team out of all would be the only one after 2 weeks standing unbeaten, I would have not believed you, but it is the case. Like, Luxembourg is the strongest region in ESL LoL Div 2.
Yeah, they are the strongest. How do you want to compete with that? Aoma is also pretty strong, and they won against Aoma. They have Dynasty coming up, I think, next week. And next week is Dynasty and PERTINAX. So I think Rift has some good matches next week to even get more points. But let's talk about the next match, Daniel. We have we have PERTINAX against Adverse.
Let's bring up the schedule really quick to check that out. There we have it. We will see Adverse versus PERTINAX Esports and Once Upon a Team against Aurora. So we see some teams from the bottom of the standings. And maybe we can also have a quick look at the standings. There we have it exactly. So we have basically in the order that they are there, they're also going to play now. We have PERTINAX against Adverse. So, I mean, only going from which team has won more, PERTINAX Esports should go in as a favorite here, but I think it's going to be a close one. And then we will have Aurora against Once Upon a Team, where both teams are fighting to get their first win. And in general, all the Belgian teams are still fighting for their first wins here.
But wait, Adverse only played against the top 3 teams the last days. So they played against Rift, they played against Dynasty, and they played against. Wait, I have to look. Wait, I found it before. And Reapers. So these were the teams who were 3-0 in the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, 1.5, 2 weeks, and they now can show up to be the 5th or 4th team. If they win against PERTINAX, they are the highest seed because the head-to-head, they won the head-to-head. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be the game for the 5th place, and then we see, Adverse is hopefully winning the game, so they have 1 win in their pockets. It's also very good to have that.
By the way, in case you are wondering, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very short delay on the game as one of the players has had some client issues. So we still expect to be in the lobby and in the champ select pretty soonish, but this of course gives us a little bit more time to talk about what we expect from this match, PERTINAX against Adverse. And you already mentioned it, Adverse has been playing some pretty strong teams, so they had like a very rough start into the season, and I think they've not been able to like truly live up to their potential just yet. Meanwhile, I have to really quickly check PERTINAX's journey so far. They have been playing Dynasty, which of course is also a pretty strong one. They have been playing Eoma, which is a strong one as well. And
I
they have
think
been
they all
playing
played
Once
the
Upon a
top 3
Team, and that was their only win. So I think they should be pretty even.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the team comps here to find out what they want to play, and it mostly looks like for that they are going to be for the carry from the AD carry side. With the Varus, they played Varus 2 times. They played Ash Brom. They played CV Lulu. So they actually want to come that from the bottom side here to find some success. I still yes.
Edwards also has been playing the Olaf on the top lane, so I think that could be a prominent one as well. As we have seen it pretty strong in the first game of the day for Eoma.
I think PERTINAX wants the Ash here. No, sorry, the Varus. And so it will probably be a interesting game here to see who takes what. PERTINAX also played Jarvan for the Zeri Jarvan Sona comp.
They've also been playing a Zac, I can see, against Eoma last week, so in the jungle. I think we can expect a little bit of crazier picks here as well. Yeah. I think Olaf will definitely be a focus again during the pick and ban.
They have nothing to lose. What do they have to lose? They can be either 1-2 or 1-3 or 0-4. And there's also another team who has 0-4, so what do they have to lose?
I think they have a lot to lose because, like, right now, as it is looking, you have with Sloths, you have Reapers, which are pretty much set on the top. You have Dynasty, which is also looking strong, but I think beatable. But then you have this important last place in the top 4. And there's still a second half of the split coming, so everything is still open for all of these teams, but only the top 4 will move on to the playoffs.
It's just the mind games, you see. Lose the first half, it's gonna be in the papers. I tell you the headlines. You see, PERTINAX losing, baiting every team, and Adverse, they're both baiting every team on the first half of the season, of the split. And then you see at the last game, they make like a 2% chance into the playoffs, like Schalke did, like you know, the runs, and then they want to win the whole thing. It's just a bait, man. So, and it's just a bait. It maybe they try stuff, and it didn't work in the first week, so they tried to change some stuff. It also didn't work, and then yesterday they had maybe a preparation day for that game, and maybe Adverse can take the game if they prepared enough. Maybe there's just a pick that they didn't find out here to get.
So basically, you are predicting that teams like PERTINAX are going to do an opposite Dignitas. Do you remember Dignitas?
Like the cutie pie Dignitas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Dignitas and the LCS, they always used to like start really strong into the splits, and then they always missed playoffs, and like they had a very strong first half of the split, even first 3/4 of the split, and then they lost everything towards the end of the split and didn't make playoffs every time.
No, that was so long ago. You know, we are 11 years into the league
Well,
esports scene.
I am into League of Legends a long time ago as well.
You
so.
watch too much NA. You watch too much NA. But
well, and they used to be a region back then.
yes, no, it's just a meme. But yeah, Cassidy and Zillion already banned. We're picking ban face, and Rigi is showing us who. And there's the Maokai again. Can it top off the Karma today? Is it the fight of the Karma? Maokai. Who is gonna be more broken?
I think the Zillion ban might also be a reaction to the last game. Karma lost last game.
Karma lost last game.
Draven out.
And there's Draven. And still no Nami Lucian or Zeri Yumi. That's some.
I think like Nami Lucian is something we could see this game because at least one of those. Oh no, it was Once Upon a Team who picked it. I think the Nami Lucian is just too early game focused for teams. Like they want to keep more flexibility maybe.
Yeah, you have to be very aggressive with these two. But if you get these two, the lane is pretty good for you. Ban out Caitlyn,
I think
and you're fine.
getting a strong bot side is easier than that. Like you don't necessarily need to fully commit on the early game with the Nami Lucian in order to get strong side on the bot lane.
Yeah, but what has Adverse to lose here? I think they are not on pressure. Let's see, go for the Caitlyn, yeah. And bam! Out of nowhere, Lucian Nami. But I think I will not see.
I'm expecting jungle white. Oh, they're going for the Olaf. And maybe the
Olaf
Karma or the Wukong. I'm expecting either Karma or okay. Then it will now be a Wukong or Y. That Edwards is going to secure.
Still there.
Sejuani is also open.
Yeah, they go for the
Jarvan.
Jarvan as they went last game. Maybe
Okay.
just go for comfort picks here, not for a big team fight calm or a big calm. You know, just go for these picks like Set.
Okay.
I like Set, one of my favorite champs, but
I like Set as well,
when he was on support.
but I think he will be in so much trouble against Olaf.
Well, I saw a crit that Set build. That's disgusting. You can ult someone and just one shot an AD carry the tank. But yeah, Azrael for being safe, pretty safe lane with Karma.
Yeah.
Also pretty good into the late game. Can dash out of everything Edwards is throwing at him at the moment.
But I feel like both teams are like throwing meta out of the window right now and just picking whatever they want.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the plan. That don't play meta, play comfort picks. Play stuff you're comfortable with, not stuff you're not used to.
Yeah.
We don't know the scrim results, so maybe Edwards was winning scrims. They felt comfortable. Now they're not anymore. So they tried some different stuff in their scrims, and now they. Yeah, but is the mid lane is heavily focused with Cassiopeia and Ryze ban? For both sides.
I mean, it makes sense. Both the teams still have to pick their mid lane, and then it will be the support as well on both sides.
Yeah, but if they ban these heavy AP carries on mid lane, that means Karma will be going to mid. And Adverse is still banning mid laners to force the Karma mid. So they wanted mid, and then they're just gonna expose. Yeah, there's Cinder. What is open? And what is still open? There's so many champs.
Sante.
Wait, are they playing Olaf mid? Kisante top.
Or Sante mid.
Ah, there's Azir still. I forgot about that one. Azir still. There's also Silas. Would also be okay with these 3 ults. Yeah, and it will be the Azir. Against what? Against maybe a Silas. Ari is also still there. Can play Lux mid.
Lux? That would be wild.
Yeah, and that's a good pick. The Renata against these heavy divers will be good ult if you can hit it. Also pretty good comp with Caitlyn. What will be the mid laner for adverse?
Akali is banned.
No, Orianna is also a good pick here. Is she buffed on this patch or is that next one? I have to look up patch notes.
I'm not sure if I like the Orianna so much into the Azir. Because Azir is probably just going to like out-farm you all the time.
Oh,
and I don't think Orianna can pressure the Azir too much.
It's that if you pick Orianna, that's not a pick for the lane. You pick her for the teamfight potential. You have Jarvan, you have Zed to go in, you have Renata to back them up, and you have your Wukong or Olaf combo again. And you will see this will be a wild engage from adverse. If they caught one with the Jarvan ult, and it's Karma, she's dead. If it's Azir, you can maybe dash out, but he's dead. If the Orianna has a decent laning phase, whereas Azir doesn't get too much ahead, this is gonna be a very good team fight comp for adverse. They maybe lack a bit of damage for the 2 bruisers they have. But if Caitlyn is going to survive team fight, she can burst out Ezreal, Karma, and Azir from the range with the help of Renata. So I think it will be actually pretty interesting what we have here. And yeah, I see some interesting stuff going around.
Yeah, I think that I like the Wombo combo of Adverse, but I just like the one of PERTINAX a little more. Like, it's just so stupidly straightforward to play. Like, Olaf, Wukong, we've seen that work so well for Ioma Esports in the first game of the day. And I think the Azer does suit it as well. Like, the only thing I'm really worried about is the Renata, because Renata Ultimate can just completely destroy that engage and the team fight for PERTINAX. But if they manage to like play around the Renata Ultimate good, then I think there's nothing that can stop PERTINAX.
Yeah, if the Renata ult hits when everybody of the 3 divers go in, maybe a good Shurima shuffle will show also what the Azir of Yeti fight brings. And Razor. I think yes. Interesting game. Yeah, you see, Orianna also goes to the corruption potion, so she has more trading potential against the Azir. And Caitlyn and Ezreal are going for the survive build.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah. Survive the stuff, survive the lane. And double sweeper for adverse. And will be again solo buffs for both teams. there we go.
Olaf is helping.
Olaf is helping, but he will meet Set here. And we will fast find out what's going on. We have a fist fight. The fists against axe, you see. Set pow with the fists.
And I find it interesting. We have seen the Olaf in the first game with this super strong level 1. And here we can see that the set is actually able to meet that. Like,
Yeah, and you have to take care Set has the ignite. It's even harder for the Olaf to do something here. You see the early trading of Oriana and Azir. And see
actually,
Oriana winning.
both top laners, like for Olaf, Ghost makes perfect sense, but we have 2 top laners without TP here, so the only TPs are on the mid lane.
Yeah, if you get the pressure from top, if you win your top lane, you can split push and then just run back. That means there are no TPs for a split push at Baron time or Dragon time. We'll not see that here.
Yeah. Although Olaf with the Ghost can probably join team fights pretty fast, so.
Yeah, if you use it for traveling
Rotation.
across the map. But I don't know if traveling
lanes.
with the
Yeah,
Ghost
yourself.
is pretty good. Just traveling around with Ghost is not that. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see the set is trading with the Olaf. Olaf can do nothing. Just getting fisted with the fists of that set. Or hit some stuff. And pow pow. Clap clap.
And of course with Jarvan also topside. They might even be able to dive him right now.
No, Oriana has to back here. But yeah, we see that there is Leaky is lurking for the gank. They probably get the flash out. They want to.
Wukong is on the top side as well though, so he might be able to back up this Olaf. And it's a similar situation that we had like in the last game where the Jarvan might be wasting a lot of time if
And there's
PERTINAX
the
reads
engage
this well.
of flashes from both top laners.
Bot lane also very close. Nimu has to pay attention there. One Ezreal Q would deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, and you see that
Then we see nothing. It's a pretty, like, not boring, but like slow early game. Both teams take it very safe here.
Yeah, but you see for PERTINAX it also it pays out because Wukong is just going to farm and farm and farm. He is already 3 cams ahead, so that's actually good.
I think Edwards should try to like make more out of their Jarvan. Maybe even go look for the Wukong.
I don't think if you win the fight, not with Machine. Therefore, it's not really good to looking for. Wukong has to look for Jarvan because he wins the early game. I think
I don't know. Does he? I mean, obviously look for Wukong when you have priority on the side of Edwards, and they had priority on bot lane, for example, most of the time.
And you
I
see
think
the
Edwards
gank.
could play this more actively, but now we have the first gank from Wukong here on the bot lane. Nimue is pretty low there. Ignite is ticking. First blood meanwhile taking on the top lane, also by the team of PERTINAX. And now Xeman is in a very bad position there, and they get the third kill as well. PERTINAX all over the map, taking their first kills, ramping up the speed of this game, and yeah, showing that they are the dominant team.
Yeah, that was pretty unlucky for Xeman, who does not get Kiro here. He flashed forward to even get something out of the play, but unfortunately nothing happened. And then you see the game shifting to PERTINAX with a gank. If you see, you gank, you get kills.
What? If junglers are active, you might get something out of this. That's crazy. But also on
Yes.
the Olaf took the solo kill against the set.
Yeah, maybe something happened. We didn't see the fight. Oh, but here we have the poke. Oh, and the ult on the tower. The flash.
Nice
The
insect, but
kill!
Oriana with no damage! Yo, to take barely not enough to take the kill there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Now Edwards under the tower taking turret platings, as well as alone.
Yeah, 2 platings already gone. Oh, 1.
Now
Yeah, now
Set
you
tries to
see
go for the
Olaf.
kill, but now the Olaf with the
Boom.
ultimate, and he just destroys the Set on the top lane. Absolute rampage.
Yeah, and Leaky. Oh.
He's still on bot lane there. They
He
try to go
missed.
for the re-engage. Kiro tries to go for Minato there, but with the Grey Half, she will survive this. And therefore, Edwards with their first kill. PERTINAX getting a little bit overconfident there.
Yeah, they saw the opportunity, almost got it. They got the blue buff out. Now take the Herald, but lose the dragon for it. So PERTINAX lost one on bot side for Herald and the blue buff. We're gonna push up.
Yeah, the Herald is being met though by the dragon, so both teams taking an objective there. And the question with the Herald is always, how much can you do with it? If you get a good opening, can be worth a lot.
Yeah, you can get the top side tower if you want. Or maybe get some platings mid. You see, ult, nice counter ult. Oh, the miss, and then he dies. That was really
Azir
nice
tried
play.
to dance as much as he could there, but training Dance Dance Revolution was not enough, and now we have Wukong with the ultimate, has to go out though again, as Edwards is trying to swap this around, and Wukong barely gets out alive.
Yeah, but we see that it was a nice try from PERTINAX, but there was no blue transfer. Here, and then we see that Wukong just gets out with barely health, and you're still 3 cams ahead. Maybe Jetco is going to... Oh! And the flash. Yeah, Jetco is going to get the Jarvan with the axe. And then the fight against Blacks here, and I think... that... Oh, nice flash. And does the axe hit? Oh! The snipe, I guess? And there comes the... Does he get a 3v1? Is he going to do it? He is? What? That's the Olaf for you!
Kill.
Who wants to see 1v3s? Me. Like, there was... What is this? These Olafs, these... today are like crazy. What is it? Free Friday? Like, get me some free kills. Olaf is thinking, come get me, and he's just clapping with the axes, chopping some people. Like, yeah, you can't fight him 1v1. You have to fight him 3v1, but not like this.
You can also just give him 3 kills. Edwards, however, now trying to make a play on the bot lane happen. Licky preparing for the dive there. Joins them on the lane. Yeah. Seems a little bit unsure on how exactly to approach the situation. But PERTINAX might be pushing out now. They have to be careful. Nice Ezreal ultimate though.
Yeah, but Kiro is low on mana.
Now the ultimate, the flash in there. The Jarvan ultimate hits. And there's leaks going down. Successful so far for Edwards, but they have to be careful. Orianna is there as well.
The dive.
They might want to get the Ezreal there as well. Nice ultimate. And there's the kill for Cairo.
Yeah, and that's the bot lane tower. It's going to be killed soon, but they have to back. Easy plating is out, but Olaf is 3 levels ahead. Damn. This Olaf is not... It's unstoppable, not killable. And yeah, I think you have to fight the Olaf before level 6. Get him behind, so you can actually match him. Because the 5-0 Olaf is going to run over again. Let's see if we get a catch here. No, we are not. Dragon is also up soon. It's gonna be a Cloud Dragon.
Yeah,
what
both teams, or especially PERTINAX, already in the vicinity trying to gain some vision. And deny it from Edwards, of course. And I think they're also in a more comfortable situation to fight for this dragon. And I mean,
yeah, but
once this Olaf is actually going to join the scene, like, stuff is going to get crazy. Because so far, I mean, top lane is an isle, right? But Olaf has been dominating that island. And once he can bring that feed to the entire team, I think the difference between PERTINAX and Edwards is going to become much clearer.
Yeah, but you have to take care. All the gold sits on Olaf. Actually, yeah, because here you have the engage and
nice catch for PERTINAX there. Licky might be the next one. Has to disengage with his EQ combo, and that might leave the Drake open for PERTINAX. They still seem reluctant. Are going to secure the snail there. I mean, of course, as if they can win time on this, it's just as good for them, because Seth has been wasting a lot of time not being on top, giving Olaf so much free tower.
oh, there's gonna be a gank again.
Now we have the engage on bot lane. The Leaks has to be careful. That is able to disengage successfully here. Now PTX is trying to go for the engage, but they are 1 man down. Vicky, oh
nice.
my god, with the grey health, he does survive, and they are able to take out the Wukong. PTX on the back foot right now. They have to disengage. A lot of damage from the Caitlyn.
And the Olaf still shields up top and maybe kills Blacks here. He's going in. Blacks is going to escape with the ultimate. Nice play. But he just getting bursted.
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody that can stop this Olaf from split pushing at the moment on the team of Adverse. But they had that successful fight on the bot lane there, and it gave them a tower, especially also with the bounty gold. So that helps them stick closer to PERTINAX. Gold lead, not that big, only 3k. And most of that is, of course, sitting on the Olaf. Maybe we can take a quick look at the champion gold. There, yeah, we can see Olaf is 3k gold ahead of the set. For the rest, there's a small lead on the Wukong.
He has half of that in in his bank, in his pockets.
Yeah. Caitlyn actually even has a lead over the Yasuo. So considering the bot side and the bot lane, Adverse is not looking that bad, but it's especially the mid lane and the top side of the map that will make the difference here for PERTINAX.
Yeah, if they group up 5v5, PERTINAX could actually burst with the Olaf. But the Olaf is going to take the safer route, I think, with a Death Stand second, and not a Hydra first. But with the Stripe Breaker, so he can follow up faster with the movement speed of the Stripe Breaker. And yeah, we're seeing the switches from bot to mid.
I feel like it's kind of like PTX could play this cleaner if they would at least start bringing in the...
Nice flash.
Yeah, nice try, but they didn't get the insect there. So what I wanted to say, if they would at least try to get the Olaf in by now, because like just keep on sending the Olaf top, I don't know if it's... If they couldn't have an easier life if they would bring the Olaf into the team fights. Now, Herald on the bot lane, but they don't get the tower. Adverse did react to it.
You maybe lose your advantage. They're already ahead. Why should they change the plans? It's better to stick to what works. Nolwath just gets ahead and ahead. He just slaps. See? Heats that up, but heats back on. It's just disgusting.
Yes, but I'm just trying to imagine how the team fights would go with the Olaf in it, and I can only see devastation on the side of Adverse. So I think it plays into Adverse's hand that Olaf remains top lane. He's also not had a lot of substantial advancement in the past 2 minutes.
Yeah, but if you maybe try to get someone top, so I can have a 4v3. So the Javan has to go top then to lock up the Olaf, but they can't fight him, so they just stay. Because if you know that I think it's Batman. If you cage the Javan, if Javan cages the Olaf and he just says I'm not stuck in here with you. You're stuck in here with me, and then he just hammers down. Yeah, I think PERTINAX is way ahead. Their plan worked better than the plan of Adverse. The dragon is up. All of it's coming to flank here. Going for the Caitlyn.
Goes for the Caitlyn. Caitlyn is able to escape here, and they actually do get the Olaf. That's huge. The shutdown gold the Javan was just able to sack in is almost enough to get Adverse back into the game here.
You see what I mean? They brought the Olaf for flank, and he just got clapped. Still got a kill, but 1k
yeah,
shutdown.
I feel like also the rest of the NH from PERTINAX was super uncoordinated. Like that didn't really work out well for them. Of course, it is the strength of the team comp from Adverse to re-engage in situation like that.
Yeah, they just lock up the Olaf, and he was low. He doesn't have Omnivamp, so he just heals off the Conqueror and his lifesteal passive, and then you just burst it. But yeah, if you fight him 4v1 or 4, if you fight as 4 against Olaf, he is not that good. If you fight 2, against him. He's stronger. But when Olaf gets 16 and he has his Hydra, I think he will heal way more in these team fights than he can get damaged. So
As well, also finished his Muramana by now. So that might come in handy in the next team fight. Jack's Q to stop the backport there. Wasting a little bit time off of Licky.
and we have a Leaky, we have Leaks, we have Lax. Yeah, we have some Laxes. These L's with the case.
Yeah. PTX. Scouting about Baron.
They're probably baiting Baron to get a pick. Or maybe just set up vision to maybe get something out of it. The Wukong is waiting. Olaf is level 15 and there's the kid. Oh,
Those
Just
Asi
missed.
insects just don't seem to hit, and now the re-engage there by Adverse, they're
the
able to take out
revive.
Yasir. Wood onto Maleksa there. And he tries to keep on, but Wukong will go down here. It's Makala, of course. Sorry for mispronouncing the name. And Adverse fighting their way back into the game, showing that their re-engage composition can work as well if the Pertinax engages aren't executed perfectly.
Yeah, PERTINAX tries to get some traps, but Adverse is always where they need it.
And now with the Caitlyn, they should be able to take that tower in the mid lane pretty quickly. Get bounty gold on that one still.
And now the bounty is gone, so that means they are not as far back behind us.
Well, they have been able to close up the difference to almost only 2k. Which
Yeah.
probably still lies on the Olaf.
Yeah, but if you don't have teleport, you can't send him bot. Because you don't have pressure on Baron fights. Because he's the strongest. If you send him bot side, you get a tower. You could get a tower if you ward it up. And you just hover the Olaf. But if you hover the Olaf, you're less people on Baron. And that costs you the strategy. So, therefore, Oriana and Azir are bot side. Because they have TP, there's something on top side they can easily come and help out. And the Olaf and the Set are just staying where they are. Yeah, and Olaf now has the Hydra completed. It's gonna stack it up on a minion wave. And then we maybe see a push out on top lane. And then he could come bot. But he has to put the minion wave good, so Set can't follow. Maybe
Dragon
they're
is-
just gonna trade the dragon for the tower. Because as we see, there are 3 people top.
Yeah, I feel like Adverse is reacting to something there top that doesn't seem to happen. They seem to have realized that now as well. But giving Pertinax an opening, and they try to use that with a catch here on the bot lane. They get Razor, and they might be able to get a dragon now out of this. Pretty much for free.
I think that's the dragon. But if Pyro dies here and he's dead,
Yeah,
there's the second shutdown to the tank. And flashes. Z is here. Doesn't have Shurima Shuffle. Yolav is joining. Lexus rooted, slowed.
They try to go behind Licky there. Will they have the damage to kill him though? He's just so tanky. He
Oh,
tries to
that's-
flash into the other way to save the rest of his team. And with a pretty much success, can do so. Olaf is still on the hunt though. Tries to get Xamen
Yeah.
there. Will
See ya.
definitely get him. That's going to be a shutdown for him. So even more gold on that Olaf as PERTINAX is taking the dragon as well. And I feel like Edwards is just not reacting the way they should. Like their rotations are not on point. They're caught in the wrong position at the wrong times.
Yeah, but they get the top tower a little bit good for everyone, and you see if you can't do anything against an Olaf, you're just gonna be there where he is not. And now the Baron is going for PERTINAX. Maybe they will get a catch here, and they will. Nemo has to flash out. It's going down. Yeah, Olaf just takes Jarvan's jungle. He's level 17. He's 4 levels ahead of the Jarvan and 3 of... Damn. That Olaf hurts. And there's the pick. On Leaks. Yeah. Leaks shouldn't be alone, and there's the dive on top side. And the flash out, and they will just get the tower. No, they take the kill and the tower. TP is coming.
Olaf completely rolling over Edwards. We're going to try to do
Shurima
that yet, but
shuffle,
nice
3 people.
Shurima shuffle there from the Ace. He's so much damage. Licky, no chance of getting out there. 3 more kills for the team of PERTINAX together with the Baron, and this could be game. This should be game as PERTINAX rolls over Edwards in this 3rd game of the day. Going for the next toes right now. Death timers definitely too long. And
Wow.
PERTINAX taking their 2nd win in this season.
They just got yeeted from Yeety Fight. So the Olaf and just popped. The AoE of Olaf, the Hydra, the Azir. It makes sense. These little picks from Adverse didn't make much. They got some shutdowns on the wrong person. They had it on Jarvan. That 1k 500 shutdown on Jarvan. And if Jarvan goes tanky, the damage is lacking later on. So if the shutdowns were on Caitlyn, it would be much better. She would be an item more closer and stuff. But it wasn't Adverse game. The Olaf again running over people. Again. We still have to find like a good counter for the Olaf. Maybe another bruiser like Darius. If you pick Olaf, you can just fight
I
him.
think that the team comp of Adverse could have worked. But I think it also came down a lot to execution. Like they had that one rotation to the top lane where they completely overreacted to the Olaf being at their tower, and then they sort of were late for Dragon. They were late to a team fight. They had their, I think it was Orianna on the bot lane who got caught, and I think it also comes down a lot to being in the wrong position at the wrong time and just not taking the fights you can win in the correct way. So yeah, I think Edwards has some potential to step up their game. Their draft was good, and yeah, PERTINAX taking a very deserved 2nd win. And yeah, I don't know, do we have the standings ready? Can we take a quick look at the standings? Are they they are updated. Perfect. So PERTINAX stays in the middle of the field, kind of. When will they face against one of the top teams again? I think next week they're going to face with Sloths actually on Wednesday. if they could take a win there, that would be huge for them.
Yeah,
And
PERTINAX
then
is
they're
playing
going to-
against Rift, and Adverse is playing against UAT.
Yeah, and PERTINAX is going to play Weepers. So if PERTINAX was actually able to take a win out of either Weepers or with Sloths, that would immediately catapult them up into the top of the standings, and
Yes.
maybe even secure them a spot for the playoffs. Of course, there is still a second half of the split coming where everything can be shuffled around, but every win counts, and they were able to take one today. And yeah, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are headed for our last game already. That will be Once Upon a Team against Aurora, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. And we'll see if there is an upset for the last place. It's going to be the last. There will be no more. Well, there will be 2 last places then, not 3, and then we'll see another week who is unfortunately going to take the last place.
Yeah. With that, ladies and gentlemen, see you in a bit for game number 4 of today.